Hey everybody, welcome to the Answers with Joe live stream. I'm laughing because I just clicked go live and here comes the dog. Probably the very first thing you heard was her sneezing. Hello Zoe, how are you? Do you want to say hello to the world? Of course. How's everybody doing today? I had a couple of things I wanted to run by you, just kind of let you know about some cool stories that have come around. For those who are new to this is a new thing to me too. I'm doing these Wednesday live streams where I share news that I think is interesting and noteworthy from the last week. And here goes the dog. And it's still kind of a rough format. We're still kind of working out the kinks, as you can tell. My dog is not helping. And anyway, bear with me, and let's jump into this. Let's get it started. So real quick, I do these stories. I'm gonna just talk about them a little bit. I do take questions at the end. I have a thing I call the Live Five. I take 5 minutes to answer questions at the end of the broadcast. And so if you have questions, you can save it till then. I will answer the ones that I can answer, and we'll go from there. Cool. So the first story I want to talk about. This is not new, actually. This is something that I thought about talking about last week, but I had some other things that came up. Was Elon said that Elon Musk, for those who don't know who Elon is, Elon Musk was talking about how some of the troubles he's having with the Tesla Model 3 production and everything. Yeah, of course my phone's making noise. He was saying that he's relied too much on automation. They actually got rid of some of the robots in the factory and are now going down to hiring humans. I say going down to hiring humans, but he's replacing robots with humans. He said they over-relied on automation for their production facilities, which is an interesting switch. And the reason why this is noteworthy to me anyway is because this was like a big selling point that Tesla had. This was where they were going to kind of leapfrog the competition and leapfrog all the other car manufacturers out there. They were going to like put together this automated system where they could just fire cars through and do it more smoothly with less mistakes than everybody else could, and for a less cost, because robots cost cheaper than benefits for humans and whatnot. So the fact that he's kind of going back on this is a huge deal. He once called his factory the alien juggernaut. And one thing that he is brilliant at is taking sort of ancillary technologies that he's developed through SpaceX, through Tesla and other things. He finds these sort of side businesses. Tesla started as a car company, and then it was like, hey, we've got these battery packs. We're pioneering some things in battery packs. We could make, a home battery. We could do Tesla Solar, and of course they combine that with Solar City and everything. So he's really good at doing that kind of thing. And I think a big part of his business plan, early on anyway, was taking this factory technology, this alien juggernaut that he was talking about building, and sort of licensing out that technology to other places. And it looks like that whole thing, I don't want to use the word failed, that it was a failed experiment, but it looks like it did not work as well as he was hoping for it to. And maybe it's something that is still sort of in the works, and over time it could get up to where he wants it to be. But right now they're in such a production hell, such a crunch, getting the Model 3 out with all the pre-orders and stuff, that it's like that's just not something we can focus on right now. So that's an interesting switch to be coming from Elon. But in a bigger picture, though, it's also interesting to talk about, because this is something that I've talked about quite a bit on the channel, is how automation, AI, computer technologies, and stuff like that are going to be replacing jobs. They're going to be, putting people out of work, and the whole economy is going to need to shift around that. And I still think that's true. But we might be actually bumping into the ceiling of what we can do right now, it turns out. We might have gotten a little bit too big for our britches for a while there, and we might have sort of pushed the technology faster than it was ready to go. Maybe we're just not quite there yet, which is interesting, because we've all kind of been thinking we've been going in this one direction, and we may have hit our limit right now at this point. Or this might just be a specific thing that Elon Musk is dealing with, and they're going to pick it up later, and it's all going to get where we're expecting it to be anyway. So is this good news? Is it bad news? I don't know the answer to that, to be honest with you. I'm always concerned that over automation is going to wind up putting people out of a job. And here you have a company that was going to go full bore on automation, deciding, oh, this actually isn't going to work. We need humans. So more jobs for people. Maybe it's not going to be as bad. Maybe this is something that's going to take longer to get there than we thought. there's good and bad sides to this, and that's why I thought it was an interesting conversation to have and something to bring up. So I wanted to share that. I wanted to share it last week. This, like I said, this is not new news. This was from last week. So I don't know. We'll see where this goes from here. We'll see if they get everything up where they want it to be. We'll see if maybe we have kind of hit that ceiling of our technology, our current automation technology, or maybe not. I don't know. It's interesting. You guys talk about it in the comments and in the live stream. Staying with Elon for just a second, I wanted to share a tweet that he sent out literally 3 hours ago. It says, "Oh, by the way, I'm building a cyborg dragon." Now, this is Elon's trademark sense of humor. And a lot of people, of course, have seen this, like, oh, yeah, you're going to build a robot or whatever. There's nothing but wild speculation on this right now. This literally is like 3 hours old at the time of me recording this. So maybe after you're watching this later, other people have reported on it and this has all gotten cleared up. But this is like brand new tweetage that just came out. What I'm going to assume, though, so this is wild speculation. Let's go into wild speculation, Bill. My wild speculation is he's talking about the Dragon capsule for SpaceX. I'm wearing my Father of Dragon shirt right now, actually. While I'm at it, pimp out some t-shirts. You like some t-shirts? You can go to answerjoe.com/shirts. There you go, people. All right. Capitalism. So he's probably talking about the Dragon 2, is what I'm imagining. And the Dragon 2 was supposed to be a fully autonomous capsule. Now, the Dragon 1, the one that they're using right now, it has to be fully autonomous because there's no people in it. So there's nobody in the capsule to control it. The plan for the Dragon 2 was for it to be fully autonomous as well, but it would actually hold people. And I know they're moving forward on it. I know they're planning on doing their first tests, probably without humans, toward the end of this year, probably with humans, hopefully early next year. And what I'm suspecting here, and again, wild guesswork on my part, is that as they're moving forward and they're kind of working things out with NASA and they're getting the plans together to do this, there may be some regulations or there may be some kinks in the whole thing that NASA is not okay with it being 100% autonomous, and they want it to be sort of jointly piloted, or at least have some kind of manual controls by a pilot inside the capsule. So my assumption is that's what he's talking about, that the Dragon capsule is now going to be a cyborg because it's not just a robot, it is a robot and a person, cyborg together. This is me trying to interpolate what Elon is saying here. You could take it even further and say that he's trying to, combine like Neuralink or something to combine the Dragon mind with the person mind and have mind, computer mind, flight mind stuff. That's wild speculation. Don't quote me there. That was shouldn't have even said that. I don't think that's what's going on at all. I think it's much more mundane than that. I think that he's being forced by regulations or whatever to combine human and autonomous flight in Dragon 2. That's all I'm doing right now is just, again, wild speculation. Nobody really knows what he's talking about here. I'm sure he's not building a mechanical dragon with a person inside of it, with fire-breathing mouth and stuff like that. But anyway, we'll see what comes of that. I'm sure probably by the time some of you guys see this will all be at least explained anyway. But one more little thing I just wanted to share real quick. I shared this on Twitter. I just think this is amazing. Somebody took some footage or some images of the Rosetta mission that's at Comet 67P. And they were able to stitch together this little GIF of what looks like sort of a snowstorm on this comet. And it's just a really amazing time we live in, people. This is a video of a snowstorm on a comet. Now, to be Mr. Actually, to be the guy that has to, ruin everything, it's not really a snowstorm. Some of that is dust that's just swirling around the comet. Comets have very, very light gravity, but it's just enough to where, there is a dust cloud. That's what a comet is. It's a big dust cloud of ice and dust around this sort of rocky core. So we're seeing some of that, but if you look in the background, the stuff that's falling straight down in the background, those are actually stars. So what you're seeing is the comet rotating like this. And apparently these were taken last year sometime, like late last year, but this just recently was stitched together in this way so that people could really kind of see the majesty of it all. And It's amazing to me. It almost looks like a scene out of like Game of Thrones or something. Like that's the wall of Game of Thrones. But it was shot on 8mm black and white film back in the 1920s or something. Anyway, I just thought that was a super cool video, and I wanted to share it with you guys. Links to all these, by the way, down in the description if you want to go get some more information about it. But those were the teases there. Those are the little things I wanted to shout out and show you guys. Hope you enjoy it. But I think now might be time to do the live 5. So let me jump over here. The live 5, I actually have a timer going up. 5 minutes. And the only reason I do this, I explained this the last time, is because if I don't set a timer, I'm just going to keep going. And I'm trying to keep these live streams, to a reasonable length, because more people watch the live streams after the fact than actually watch live. And I don't like to have big, long, hour-long live streams. I don't think anybody wants to see that later on. So anyway, I'm going to set the timer here, and you guys start asking questions. I'm going to jump into the live chat and hear what you guys have to say. All right, let's see. Start me up. There we go. I want to thank everybody for joining, by the way. Got like 570 people watching right now. That's cool. All right. Eric Bull says, oh, damn, I'm late. Well, you shouldn't be so late, Eric. Actually, it's not your fault. I'm late. I should have started this at 2 o'clock, but I had an emergency, semi-emergency dental appointment. So I started it way late. Anyway. Did it fennel monkey from someone to Elon? Is that a word? I don't know what's that. Date on Falcon is now the 7th. Says Brenda Miller. I guess that's the 7th when it's going to be launching or something. I don't know what that means. Day Sleeper Will says iRock. Thank you so much. Philip James, did you see what looked like a recovered fairing in port with the test rocket? No, I didn't. Maybe they were able to recover the fairing for that. I think they usually do recover the fairing. It lands on the ocean, and they want to actually be able to catch it. And so because it lands, it's kind of ruined, and you can't do anything with it later on. Michael Farrell, what's the meaning of life? 42. Roctavio, what is my day job? You're looking at it, bud. This is what I do now. Thanks to all the support you guys have given, I'm actually able to do this for a living. I get up every day and I don't know how I managed to do this. So thank you guys. Michael Peters, Joe, will you teach an online class? I don't know what I would teach it in. Isn't that what I do every day? Come on now. I had thought about doing sort of like a masterclass sort of thing in YouTubing because, I do this for a living and I've been doing this channel, but I also have worked and managed other YouTube channels for a while. So I thought about doing that, but nothing planned. A big old string of numbers with the super chat. Thank you for that. Any news on the timeline of the BFR? There has been some news. I actually saw an article earlier. I should have shared that today about how they're beefing up the test facility down in McGregor, Texas. And it looks like they're testing some BFR stuff down there. I know that the city of Los Angeles, the mayor of Los Angeles, announced that they're going to be at least building parts of the BFR there, or maybe the whole thing. It was kind of a big deal. They were excited that there was going to be these things being built there. So it's coming along. And I shared on Twitter TED Talk, and you should definitely go look that up, that Gwen Shotwell did. So Elon Musk gets all the attention. He's the big shiny face, and he should be. He's the CEO of the company. But Gwen Shotwell is the president. And it was really cool to see her do an interview with the TED people and talk about BFR. She talked a lot about BFR. She seems to be every bit the visionary that Elon Musk is, and it was really interesting. You don't get to hear as much from her. Let's see. What would life on a comet be like? Says Sylvester Lauzon. Nailed it. What would life on a comet be like? I imagine impossible. Dead life on a comet. That would be very difficult to pull off, I imagine. Jackalope, thank you for the tip, sir. Hey Joe, great work. Thank you very much. You just said the Dragon will be autopilot. Will the BFR be similar? That's a good question. I don't know. I haven't heard anything about how it would be controlled. I imagine it would have to at least have some kind of piloting capability because there's such a time difference between here and Mars. I know that it's like 7 to 14 minutes depending on where they are in orbit kind of thing. So you would need somebody on the ship to be able to do things that couldn't be done from Earth. Of course, automation would be all on board, but I don't know. I have not heard. Not a very good answer to that. Let's see. Lennart V said, where will we find alien life? Boy, wouldn't we all like to know that. I am really interested to see what happens when they start landing on Europa and Enceladus. There's a lot of opportunities for life in places like that. Titan looks somewhat interesting. I just think it would be really exciting if they were able to find some different form of life that evolved in a completely different place here in our solar system. Because if it happened twice here, the chances of it being on another star system somewhere it goes up exponentially. So we'll see. The Weird Pianist says, I deserve more subs than I have. Well, I appreciate that. I still wonder when people are going to stop saying that. How many does it need to be? There goes the timer. So I'm going to answer one more. Can't stop myself. Has Elon ever considered selling Merlin or Raptor engines like Blue Origin? Asks Valenhawk. I don't know if he has or not. And he may have already done that. I don't know right now. I might find out more about that kind of stuff as I start to look into more of the other private spaceflight companies. Like I've said in other videos, I plan on probably doing at least one every month for the foreseeable future on private spaceflight companies and other intergovernmental spaceflight agencies and stuff. Because it would be good to get a good, clear picture of everything that's going on in spaceflight right now, and there's a lot going on. I am super excited. I actually had somebody from Rocket Lab down in New Zealand send me an email. They reached out to me and were like, hey, if you want to do a video on Rocket Lab, we can help you out and send you stuff. And I was like, yes. So sorry, that the fact that those people, like that people are actually reaching out to me to share stuff with me is really cool. And we'll see. Hopefully, maybe in the next month or two, I'll do one on Rocket Lab. Real quick, Ray, thank you for that, sir. I feel like you're an adept of the orchestrated abduction theory. Any thought on it? Oh, the OrcOR, yeah. Well, I've talked about it in other places, and I can't say that my knowledge base on it has grown or that my opinion on it has changed that much. I might have become a little bit more skeptical of it. I've become more skeptical in general, honestly. In the time that I've been doing this, channel, the more I've been sort of inundated with the technology and the science, the more I've become more skeptical about all that kind of stuff. Doesn't mean I still don't think it's interesting or possible. It's just that the possibility percentage has gone down on a lot of those things. But anyway, so looks like I'm kind of getting close to the end of time here. The end of time. But I wanted to thank you guys for watching. Check out the links in the description because they will give you a clearer picture of all the stuff that I just talked about. I might have to jump on and do like a long surprise stream. I haven't done a surprise stream in a while. Those are when I just kind of surprise everyone and jump online and just kind of hang out for about an hour or something like that, and I can answer questions. But haven't done that in a while. I need to do that. Check out the video tomorrow. The Random Thursday video tomorrow is sort of special. It's really more of an announcement of something else that I haven't done in a long time. And it should be kind of interesting with the channel having grown the way it has to do this. I'm trying not to give it away too much. But anyway, yeah, check out the Random Thursday video tomorrow. I've got an announcement, a fun announcement. And you definitely want to see it tomorrow and not wait on it. I can't say why. I'm being really cagey. Sorry about that. Anyway, thanks you guys for watching. Video tomorrow. Have a good weekend after that. And yeah, I'll catch you soon. Love you guys. Later.